Bibby's for fondling my knob as things begin. Nice. Good after morning. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. Just wanted to point out that my mother-in-law is already in the chat, and that's the greatest way to start in the stream. Nice. How are we all doing? Does it sound good? Does it sound okay?
Keep talking.
Okay, I'm going to keep talking, because that's what I'm doing. Hey. No.
There we go. Yep.
No.
There we go.
We've got some hellos in the chat. Nice.
There we go.
Nice. Welcome into twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. How are you all doing? If you don't know who we are, my name is Graham Day. I'm joined... What the fuck? Mike just dropping 5 gifties for no reason whatsoever.
It's a Tuesday. There's always a reason on Tuesday.
Is there?
Yeah.
What's that?
Because it's Tuesday.
Okay. Nice. Put a bloody hat on. You look weird. I need a haircut. But you look weird, mate. You look weird. And to be fair, my hair didn't look that bad until, like, you can see this bit here. I've got a tufty bit because I've had my so we've got A40s at our desks because, you know, Astro Partners and that, we're all deep. That's how it is. So, yeah, wearing A40s on the desk means every time you get up for a meeting, your hair gets progressively worse and worse. And when you've got a big boo font like I have, see, I'm in this awkward sort of phasing at the moment where we go to Disneyland on the 28th, so 10 days away. Do I get my hair cut now and then get it cut again in 10 days? Which, when you go back to the barbers, they'll go like...
Yeah.
Or,
are you getting your money's worth?
Yeah, so basically I'm a cheapskate. I'm going to wait until end of the month and get my hair cut, which is best way. Nice.
Is my voice echoing? Because I can never quite tell, but I think it might be. I'm not sure. That's why I was trying to twist it. It looked like these, when we turn the computer off, has gone back to how it used to be before we put everything back on again. Oh, no, it's fine. Okay, I'll take my headset off then. I'll shut up, shall I?
You have always had a tufty bit. It's the day curse. That's incorrect. I had a tufty bit because our parents cut our hair. This is actually usually well disguised, but it's because my hair is shorter on the sides versus the length on the top than it ever has been before. I've never got short back and sides with so much on top. I don't want to use the word so much length because I know what people will do.
Our community would never call it that out of context.
But yeah, Danielle cut it for me this last time. But with us never ever doing this, we don't really know how to do it, so we just kind of went, yeah, fuck it, that'll do. And then if it doesn't, then we'll stick a hat on. But it was good and it was nice and it was great and it was fine. But that was about 6 weeks ago, and I've still got hats. The only reason I haven't got a hat on is because our meeting room is through there, and we were on quite an important conference call earlier on today. So, I mean, wearing an NFL jersey, fine, yeah, whatever. But hats is I always feel like when it's big meetings, I don't want to wear a hat. Then as soon as we got on the call, 2 of the other people, one of them had a hat on. I was like, fuck's sake. So, yeah, there you go. Shave it off, says Phony. No, is the answer to that question.
Have you ever had really short hair?
Only when I was a child. And, like, my dad would go, I'm going to do your number 2, and it was number 1.
Short, whack and bald.
Yeah, exactly. So it's not for me. I mean, even when we did the subathon, people were like, "Oh, if we get to whatever, we'll shave Graham's hair off." I was like, "No, you won't."
I don't think I could. Like, I always think that I'm going to end up going bald at some point, and I do not want to have that. I want that decision being taken out of my hands. I don't want that decision to be done prematurely.
In lockdown, I genuinely thought, "Oh well, this is it. This is the start of the end," because like I was wearing hats every day, and you always hear those rumours that hats will make you go bald sooner, which is scientifically not true, by the way. Even though you might believe it. I read up on it because I was like, oh, I feel like it. But I mean, look at fucking the amount of boof I've got going on. I'm clearly not there yet. I mean, it may be happening. It may be getting higher up. I don't know. But it's definitely not there yet anyway. So, yeah, anyway, I'm happy to leave the booth there. I'm not happy to get rid of it. Someone was saying, like, when we were doing the subathon, how much to get rid of your hair? I was like, there's not enough subs. Like, I was like, we were on, like, 400. I was like, 1,000 subs to shave Graham's hair. I was like, no, not having it. No.
Like, genuinely, if I thought I was going to be going bald, I'm going to Turkey. I'm getting the Rooney special. I'm getting arse hairs taken out and being plugged right back into this area and again. But then this is what, because I don't know what colour my arse hair is. It could be the same colour as my eyebrows, which is like a blonde colour.
I feel like weird. for the purpose of the stream, we should find out right now.
Well, that's it. It'll be so weird because one day I just come in and I just have blonde hair. What's going on there? Fucking Bib Slim Shady there.
Fucking
And
a young fucking Justin Timberlake.
And that's it.
Just like fucking super noodle hair.
Yeah, what do they call them? Icicles? No. What do they call frosted tips? Icicles.
Nice icicles you go in there, mate.
Nice icicles with me there.
It wouldn't even be that. It'd be down like that, wouldn't it?
Well, because my hair's so thick, I always used to try and spike it up, but it just falls. Like I've got a Snoop Dogg perm. I've not got a perm, it's just the way it is. I've just got naturally curly hair.
Oh, fucking hell. That's just the way it is.
He's got frosty tits, not today. Not today,
It's got ice nipples, not frosted tits. It's a different thing. Anyway, welcome in, everyone. Welcome into twitch.tv/. If you've just tuned in, it's one of those streams. Yeah. We occasionally, every now and then, we have some streams where we just kind of go off the point. Do you remember the noodles one? Like when we were looking at fucking super hot noodles and shit?
that was a tasty episode.
Nice. Pasta pun on.
Nice work.
Nice. Okay, let me scroll back up. Let me see who is here. Do you know what? I'll use this one. One of the many Mises.
2 chat windows open here.
Oh yeah, we have. Okay, I've lost the Mies again.
Click.
There we go. Oosh. Okay, let me scroll back. So we've had quite a lot happening. We had Lumps subscribing for 10 months to the channel. That's well on your way to 32 months there, Lumps, because Lumps has got his own 32 emote in the chat, by the way. Shout out to Lumps, by the way, who has his own emote in the chat. Not only a 10-month sub, but has his own emote. Nice. That's because he got involved with the exclamation mark subathon, if you didn't catch all that back then.
Oh, by the way, on that, I am currently in the process of booking a round of golf for us to be able to do the 18 holes that we wanted to. I've got a battery power bank now. My brother said that he's up for videoing it because I needed someone to be able to carry the camera the entire way around. So that will hopefully, within the next 3 weeks or so, be happening.
It's almost like we were really, I wouldn't say badly organised, but stupidly busy / badly organised, because it took us months to get the sub emotes. They only went up a couple of weeks ago from the subathon, and we're also just at the point where we're finally getting the ICU shirts ordered. So we have a shirt for Beans, obviously, because he wins everything, Ads, King Monistico, and obviously us, because we don't have the new shirts with the Astro sponsors on. So, for those 3 people, Monistico, Beans, and Ads, your shirts are now in the process of being ordered. So hopefully they will be with you sometime soon, and we will get some nice new shirtage too. If anyone else wants an ICU esports jersey, ! merch, I think it is in the chat for the Gamers Apparel link. Nice. Fill your boots. Okay, let me jump back up again. So we got Lumps throwing down his sub before we even started the stream. Nice. Then we get my mother-in-law, Barton Wilson's in the chat. I'll read. Then Timeless. Don't mention audio issues. No comment. Then we get to Madge just throwing down 5 gifties.
That's a way for him to just be able to, stick around so he can get into the pro clubs on Sunday. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Actually, on that, I think I'm going to be doing it on Friday instead, because I'm going pumpkin picking on Sunday. Nice. So it's going to be it probably will be a lengthy one on Friday night. It'll be a lengthy one.
So Drunken Prop Date, Be Late, Gatekeeper TV, who's our chief colour inner, by the way. Gatekeeper TV is the person that made the majority of the sexy emotes on the channel, not all of them. We do have other colour inners on the channel, so shout out to Gatekeeper TV getting gifted the sub. K-Bug and Jack, who we did play with on Wednesday. Put a bloody hat on, you look wired. I think that's meant to be weird. Shave it off, no. No echo, nice. It's girth over length. You keep telling yourself that. Phony asteroid. I mean, that only works when you have the girth. Nice, mate. I'm bald, apart from the cow's lick. Do you mean bald? Or are you just very brave? I don't know. Gagad, good afternoon, gents. Oi, oi, Savaloy, says Tito. At least you never have had divots in yours where the guard fell off and still had to go to school. Yeah, that's true. There was... David was getting his head shaved, and then my dad realised there was like one long bit on top of his head. So my dad took the guard off, pulled the long bit, took it off, and then carried on shaving where he was, but didn't put the guard back on. So it was like, it's like, no. So David went to school with just fucking...
just an alopecia kid.
Yes, so there you go. Where did we get to? Brown, probably. Maybe that's the colour of the bum hair.
Yeah, fair.
Facts.
Fair.
Baby's got frosted tits, he has. You mean these streams have a point in the first place?
Fair.
I'm all for you for throwing down 5 gifted subs. Every now and again equals every stream. Facts. Gonna rock up with an air horn.
Yeah, jackass me.
That's what she said. I'm out Friday. You'll have to somehow struggle without me. I'm sure you'll cope, says Tito.
That's out of order, that. Do you know what? I'm going to have to cancel the stream. I mean, how can we play with that, Tito?
You say that Tito is like a rock. A massive throbbing rock. Oh, wait, it wasn't rock. It was something else. Oh, no. Yes. Anyway. Moving on. Nice. Welcome into twitch.tv/icecreamuploads. If you don't know who we are, if you don't know what this is, well, I'm Graham, as you can see on the screen. I'm joined by Bibby. We are Ice Cream Uploads, and in true Ice Creamy fashion, this is The Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast, if we do say so ourselves. We are live right now on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, where we go live each and every single weekday at 10 a.m.
Oh, big old
I think we need a 10 a.m. emote instead. 10 a.m. So that's when an ish just won't cut it. So we're live at 10 a.m. today.
We need that Michael Scott as an emote just for occasions like this, rather than an ish.
So yes, we are live at 10 a.m. Where we go, so we're live on Twitch. Nice. Do feel free to get involved in the stream. We are live bringing you the biggest, the best, and the breaking stories from the world of video games. We'll give you our thoughts and impressions on those stories, but then we want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's how the whole thing works. So if you're in the stream, please do feel free to get involved, because we do stream on Twitch, but the stream is also turned into a podcast, a video on YouTube, and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. So there's lots of places where over 165,000 people have watched and listened to this podcast. Nice. The big old podcat. Big fan of those. Anyway, they watched and listened to that cat on demand loads of times. So yeah, please do feel free to get involved in the stream, because you guys get to speak live. They don't. So you've got a special job. You've got a special job. Before we jump into the news, it's not going to be updated on this chatbot, but we are running a giveaway. Exclamation mark giveaway is what I'd usually say. And that will tell you about the giveaway that we have on Twitter. Do head to twitter.com/Ice Cream Uploads. Check out our pinned tweet, and you can bag yourself one of these beautiful headsets. Yeah, those ones, not the light, because that's not an actual headset. I mean, it is an actual headset. It's just, I'll show you.
One that's still boxed.
Ta-da! But it's not this one. No. Technically, it's better than that one in some ways. So that was the A30. We are giving away an A40 headset. So head to Twitter, check out our pinned tweet, and get involved. Nice. As well as that, a little bit of a reminder that exclamation mark loot drop will give you the information about how you could bag yourself a copy of FIFA 23 on the platform of your choice, just for being a subscriber. And if you've got FIFA, or you don't want FIFA, then we can give you a hat. And if you don't want that, then you can get stuffed. Mate. Or whatever, we'll sort it out.
Tino was just doing exactly what I was trying to find.
I'll get the link to the tweet.
I had to reopen a different window to put it into the chat, because I thought I've got the chat open. We've got two different ones there.
I do that all the time. I'll be like, yep, got it there.
Shit.
That's a different PC. It's not the PC I'm using. Fuck. GG's Tito, nice. I expect better from you, G. Actually, that's a lie. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed. I can't remember what happened.
I think you was taking the piss out of Tito.
Oh, when I called him a throbbing rock. Rock. That's the one. I'm supposedly the slow one, baby.
Nah, you've not seen me run. I'm slow.
Do you know what? I refute that claim. Tito is supposedly the slow one. I refute that. There is no supposed about it. Okay, moving ahead. Nice. If the stuffing is sage and onion, I'm up for that. Nice.
Big fan.
Same. Anyway, we're going to have to pick up the pace. Let's jump into some news. So we have got 5 news stories for you today. We're going to kick off talking about Activision that wants to patent unique AI-generated music for multiplayer games. I mean, how does that work?
Imagine how many pieces of music that they will have to compose for each individual unique user.
Like I imagine, like, you're running down the street or whatever, you've got fucking explosions behind you, you've got the bomb, but what happens if you playing PUBG and you're like the corner camper? Does the music slow down and go like full on me? Well, do you know what? We'll jump into that article first. We'll then start talking about Capcom, who thought, do you know what? Not having this Silent Hill malarkey. So, as Bibby mentioned yesterday, Silent Hill has a showcase coming this week, tomorrow night. Actually, it's the Silent Hill Transmission, I think was the official name for it. Anyway, Resident Evil's like, nah mate, So Resident Evil has their own showcase coming this week too. So if you're into zombie video games and stuff, then do feel free to check that out. We'll start talking about Sonic Frontiers Prologue. We'll then talk about Minecraft Legends. And also Discord is finally getting the PlayStation integration. Oh wait, no, it's not. It's YouTube integration, not PlayStation. Discord is getting more stuff and it's not PlayStation. Let's go. Okay, first up though. Are we off the screen? Yeah, I thought we'd still have nameplates and stuff on the screen, but we don't. It's good. We'll talk about this story first. Activision wants to patent unique AI-generated music for multiplayer games. This is written by Chris Scullion at VGC, and it says players would get their own soundtrack based on their current situation and status. How cool would that be? Activision is seeking to patent the ability to automatically generate in-game soundtracks unique to each player in multiplayer games. As spotted by Xputer, the patent is titled Systems and Methods. Oh my god. I thought the patent was going to be titled like audio sound or something like that, but this, rather than being like AI file, AI tunes or whatever like that, AI tunes, there you go. So sod your iTunes, I'll have AI tunes, mate. It's called Systems and Methods for Dynamically Generating and Modulating Music Based on Gaming Events, Player Profiles and or Player Reactions, which is exactly what if it wasn't AI tunes, it would have been that. That would have been my second attempt at naming it.
I feel like that is definitely the type of stuff that they put into stuff to be able to make your essay a little bit longer. Like they need to try and get that word count up, so they're just cramming as many different things in there as they possibly can.
It's like S.H.I.E.L.D. in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where it was called I can't remember it. I always forget. Strategic Homeland Intervention. Eggy David. It's not Eggy David. I mean, David is Eggy, but it's not that. It's whatever it is. And in one of the episodes or one of the films or someone goes, it seems like it was called that just so you could spell out the word shield, which is another name for a badge. And it sounds like this is what it's going to be, but we'll be getting into the Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs Flidsdemfer sort of territory.
Yeah, absolutely. But the fact that they've got player in there twice tickles me.
Oh yeah, player profiles and or player reactions. Let's go. Big fan. Anyway, according to the patent's description, stupid name aside, according to the patent's description, the idea is that players, particularly in multiplayer games, will be able to get their own unique soundtracks based on their current circumstances, rather than a standard dynamic soundtrack which chooses from a series of different pre-recorded music tracks based on the situation. Activision's new idea would use AI to generate entirely new music. While many features of video games have become highly customizable, musical elements tend to be standardized across all players, the patent explains. For example, a player can customize the aesthetic look of his or her avatar or customize team members in a multiplayer game, but conventionally is not able to customize musical elements for different gaming events. Some video games allow for the replacement of a soundtrack of a game with a player's own music, but such soundtrack replacement features do not provide for the dynamic change or modification of musical elements specific to a player and based on the actual gameplay. End quote. The patent explains that the game could take into account a number of factors, such as the player's current skill level, how well they're playing, how they move in the game, and their experience, and use AI to create bespoke accompanying audio. I tried to use my trackpad then, realised I wasn't on my mouse, and I was just stroking the desk. Big place. Music and audios are areas of potential player customization that may be automated and personalized so that each individual player has a unique experience, the patent says. Accordingly, there is need for systems and methods that generate and modulate music unique to individual players, e.g. specific to a level of the player's skill. Oh, do you know what? We'll stop there. It seems to be going back over the same sort of stuff again. I think we've got enough to go from it. Music has always been the same. You put one track in and just play it endlessly. Or you put a few different tracks in, and then when you hit that certain bit, the music changes, so you know there's a boss fight or something like that. But that's it. It's exactly the same. Whether it's a boss fight, whether you're just on your way through, you will get the same as what I will get, which is the same as what the next person will get. Activision wants to change that up. They want to make it so that the AI controls what music you get, so it's unique to you and your playthrough. Thoughts, babe?
My first question is why?
But why?
But genuinely, why? Like, I've never played a Call of Duty game and gone during a multiplayer game, oh god, this music is really getting me G'd up for it. Like it's just never happened. Like music in video games has always been relatively based around single player experiences. So like you said, if there's a boss battle coming up, or you go into a particular room, like using Resident Evil for example, Resident Evil games tend to, if you are in a save room, have a specific type of music for that room. So it doesn't matter how many different areas you go to in an 8-hour playthrough, for instance. Every time you hit a save room, the music will always be the same. To know that no one's going to be able to come into this room to hurt you. This is the save room. This is your location. When you hear this music, you're all right, kind of thing.
Just imagine AI bugs. Dong, dong, dong.
Well, that does happen in the remake too, where Mr. X does come through the save room at one point.
Does it?
Yeah.
I can't even remember. I shit my pants.
So yeah, it's. I don't understand why this is a thing, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I mean, each to their own, I suppose. I don't know how much this is going to add to the dynamic of playing an Activision multiplayer game per se. I don't think there is games that have instance like Metal Hellsinger. The game automatically changes when you start to get a a multiplier. So it starts off.
If anyone wants to clip that and just play some like UK garage underneath, so Bibby's just sat there with his hoodie on and his hat going.
Let me see the gun fingers. But yeah, like like Metal Hellsinger, as soon as you start to get a bonus, or you start to rack up some of the multipliers, more music gets added to the instrumental that's going on until you reach a times 16, and then the words start to come into the song as well. So obviously the beat of the music is you shooting. So if you start to get perfects, like Guitar Hero, for instance, if you start to do really bad in Guitar Hero, the music starts to fade, and the crowd start to boo. That's quite dynamic. That's an experience, but that's based off of you not playing very well. But like in Metal Hellsinger, when you start to hit the multipliers and you start to hit the shots to the beat of the music, the multipliers go up, more things start to happen. So like the guitars will start to come into it, then the drums will start to hit harder, and then eventually when you get to the highest multiplier, the words to the song start to come through as well. And then obviously if you miss a few shots or you miss the beats, it starts to deteriorate and go back to just a normal, like very stripped out music piece,
just like instrumental sort of stuff.
Yeah. Like it's really, really cool, and that again is a fantastic way to be able to try and immerse you. But based in a multiplayer Activision game like Call of Duty, where is that even gonna be?
Yeah, multiplayer games is the bit that changes it for me, because like I mean, jumping into the chat, a couple of things. To think I voluntarily turn up here to be abused. If I wanted to be slapped silly, I'd go play foot champs, says Tito. Tito then says, so this is the one I wanted. Just one question. How would you know? Trust me, your game that you've played on your own is completely different from the one that someone else that's not here has played.
Are they just going to have like one symbol like different in compared to mine and yours? So like rather than going to call, you go, it might not be. Like is that the only difference? Is that the unique experience that I'm going to get? Did you make a symbol in that?
If anybody from Activision wants some sound effects making up, Bibby's just done two there for you. Do not be clipping the stream without approval. Obviously, we can sell you for a fair price.
Absolutely.
Fair price. $10 million. How would you know unless you have another console player and online, you have another console and the player online in the same room or on stream? Yeah, exactly. And it's standards for strategic homeland intervention, enforcement and logistics division ops. I completely forgot that because it's not in Spider-Man on the PS5, so we don't really need it.
Spider-Man on PC.
Oh yeah, exactly. Yeah. Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS5. I mean, it's probably not going to be a Spider-Man 2 on the PS5, or maybe even PC. Wolverine on the PS5 either. It might not be in any of those.
Probably PC.
See, Tito's turned up. He's a nice person. He's been modern and stuff. But, you know, this is the relationship that we have. He's a penis to us and we're a penis to him, but we all love each other, really.
There's a lot of film handshakes that go on behind the scenes.
Nice. Where's my eggs? Atmospheric music based on in-game events is fine. Do I give a shit about a personal soundtrack? Do I? Feck. Sorry, couldn't hear you. I was busy sobbing. See, exactly. So... It's cool. It's cool because there is things like we've all probably gone to. You can tell in a video game. There's usually cues when you're about to get into a boss fight. There's shitloads of health, stocking replenishments, more ammo and stuff like that. The music changes, but we've all probably had that bit of a game where you've gone just far enough to start the boss music. You can see all of the fucking stuff that you've got to stock up on, but you've not entered the arena part of the fight. So you're just chilling out outside like, oh, this is going to go shit. But still, the game's like, wrong, big massive action sequence. You're going to find that it's going to be really cool. But yet you're still stood in the corner going, oh, bandages. Nice. This is super exciting. Oh, look at that. There's a couple of first aid kits over there. Really loud music, exciting. Oh, and it's like, I might go into it. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to make a brew. Just okay. We're still super excited. And it's just like if the game just went, actually, do you know what? For fuck's sake, man. Come on. It goes, Graham's taking the piss. He's still like, I mean, that would be kind of cool. And that's maybe not to that extent. But if the music went, okay, maybe you should. But you just imagine the equivalent of a digital orchestra going, boom, 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 boom. Oh, fuck, he's not ready. So they all sit back down in the chairs. The guy with his triangle puts the triangle down. And then Bibby comes running back. Oh, shit. Fuck. I mean, it is cool. It is cool. The idea of like the game being able to scale up and down in that sort of sense. I just feel like.
Are you hot now?
I was hot anyway. But 2 layers on.
I'm sweating while watching that performance. I say though, like you can just imagine like the trombone or something at the end of it because you've been waiting that long.
You get and kill the boss, and then you just hear, oh shit, sorry. So yeah, I mean, it is cool stuff, and because it's just a patent. This is the bit where we get the, but what does it mean?
Yeah, but why?
But why? What? Who? What? Where? Give me an example. Until that point, like I say, in single player games, it kind of makes a bit more sense. In multiplayer games, I'm thinking like a COD multiplayer. Like, I couldn't even tell you when the music's on.
Yeah, I tell you when, at the end of the round.
Yeah. Like when you get the thingy comes up on Modern Warfare 4, that's about all I remember from the music because I'm usually like, I'm playing team deathmatch and I don't know where my team is because they're all in a deathmatch. Okay.
When you collect a bounty, when you set a UAV off, when you get missile strikes or something like that, those are the times that I can recognise the music, but never in a dynamic fight where it might be a 4-on-1 have I ever thought, it's G me right up.
Yeah.
Never happened.
Just imagine it though. Like I suppose it could G you right up because if you're just there in the fucking corner.
But you were complaining about not lack of footsteps. Then imagine that you're trying to take down a 4-piece. What happens?
Maybe that's what it should do. Stop fucking camping. Like you just get the weird. As you mooching around kind of thing, but then you run a stabber clash. You've just got your fucking Commando Pro. You're running around stabbing people. Fucking yeah. I mean, it could be cool, but I don't know. I need to see more.
It's a toilet idea.
Yeah,
it's a big no for me.
Do you know what? I don't think it's toilet. I think it's sound. Moving ahead to our next story. Nice. Do you know what else is a toilet idea?
Go on.
Sticking your broadcast in the same week as your biggest probable competitor exactly 24 hours later. That's a toilet idea. But there we go. That's where we are. Maybe it's not a toilet idea. Maybe it's a genius play. Matt Wales at Eurogamer has the next article that says Capcom's next Resident Evil showcase airs this week with more on the Resident Evil 4 remake. Plus, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition and... Woohoo! Homer, is that you? More. Excusez-moi. Capcom has revealed it'll be airing the latest installment of its occasional Resident Evil Showcase series this Thursday, the 20th of October, with perhaps the most exciting promise being more news on its forthcoming Resident Evil 4 remake that Bibby could not give a shit about. Says probably looked a bit wank. Oh wait, that's not in this article. They removed it. I remember now. Anyway, as detailed on Twitter, the publisher will be broadcasting its latest Resident Evil Showcase via Twitch this Thursday, with the proceedings set to get underway at 11 p.m. UK time, which, if you watch from the US, equates to 3 p.m. PDT and 6 p.m. EDT. Capcom hasn't shared much in the way of specifics, only saying it'll be detailing the Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, which arrives on the 28th of October, which is when Graham's going to Disneyland, which is a few weeks before the 3rd of December, which is Graham's birthday. Well, a fair few weeks. Anyway, it's 5 weeks to the day, just saying. Bundling together the base game and the upcoming Winter's Expansion DLC, as well as the Resident Evil 4 remake and more. It has, of course, been a fair old while since we last saw the Resident Evil 4 remake. Capcom finally pulled back the curtain on its long-rumoured reworking of the 2005 horror masterpiece in June, sharing a brief teaser trailer. This is the longest sentence in the world. And confirming a release date of March 24th on PC, Xbox Series X and S, PS5, and as more recently announced, PS4 next year. That entire paragraph is one sentence. You taking the piss? Hopefully, with the launch date inching ever nearer, Capcom is priming something a little more substantial for this week's live stream.
Yeah.
It's like the stars have aligned for Bibby's content. God
Absolutely.
damn. So we have 10 p.m. tomorrow, the Silent Hill transmission, which is obviously horror gaming. But Resident Evil says, whoa, we have been the zombie jump scare game for the last 10 years plus. We'll have a bit of that. We'll have one on Thursday as well. Anything you can do, I could do better. So Capcom will have a Resident Evil showcase on Wednesday showing Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, and more. Thoughts, babe?
Well, I mean, we don't really know what's going to be happening with the Silent Hill transmission, but Resident Evil have already set out their stall as to what to expect, especially in terms of the Winter's expansion DLC. The Gold Edition, as well as what's going to happen in Resident Evil 4. Are we going to get some reverse conversation in there too?
Nope.
Who cares?
Nope.
Like, who cares? That game got bundled along with your Resident Evil 8 game.
You can't get reverse conversation because the conversation has to be two sides. You get reverse blah.
Yeah. Like, again, that's... The amount of time that's been wasted on that could have been put to so much more use. Like, I'm giving it a load of shit now after playing the beta and it not being... Just look at the gameplay on YouTube. Like, it doesn't look great at all. Like, it just seems a very pointless game. The team that are working on that could have done something so much better. We've been calling for Resident Evil Outbreak game for the longest time. The amount of development time that it's taken to get to this reverse point, if they haven't already cancelled it and it's not going to be in the showcase, it just feels like a massive waste of time. But having the Winter's expansion with the third-person mode being put in there, some more DLC for Rose's campaign and things like that, that's going to be sick. I can't wait to be able to play more Resident Evil 8. And I didn't think I was going to say that after, if anyone can cast their mind back to last year when myself and Asim did a podcast on Resident Evil Village as a recap. My first playthrough, it wasn't a glowing reference for me. I thought it could have been and should have been a hell of a lot better. The way that, spoiler alert, skip forward the next 30 seconds if you haven't played it and you're waiting for this from now. But the fact that the whole entire campaign was built around the Lady Dimitrescu castle, and then it being the first 25 minutes of the game, and then not being able to see that character again.
Lady D, she's this big woman that's got daughters and stuff, and she's our whole social media campaign. We've even got a G-Fuel flavour for and everything, and 25 minutes into your 8-hour game, she's gone. Yeah. Oh, no!
Like, that felt absolute. That felt like a very smart, strategic social media campaign because of the traction that it got from that. But in terms of the overall story, it kind of added a very small element to it. The Heisenberg fight, for instance, was a load of old ass. Top character, terrible boss fight. So I'm excited to be able to go back again as Rose to Dimitrescu Castle and having a look around again, because you got to see it to a large degree, but you didn't get to see everything that I imagine that castle would have had. But going back to the house, I can't remember what the house was called. Beneventure or something like that. That was the best part of the game, and I don't think we're going to be able to see anything like that again, which is a shame. But yeah, more Resident Evil Village stuff. I'm excited to be able to jump back into it. It definitely will be, as soon as it's available, I'm going to download it, probably end up streaming it. It's the 28th of October, so yep. What day is the 28th of October?
Friday.
Is it a Friday? Oh, that's a Friday stream.
Weekend stream?
I think it will be a Friday stream, if I'm being honest. I
nice.
want to get stuck into that one in an evening.
Nice Halloween stream. Ooh, Halloween weekend. I'll turn all the scare stuff up full blast before I go away. We can watch Baby shit himself again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm super looking forward to it. I don't think it needs to be said how much I love Resident Evil and the franchise itself and everything else that's come along with it. I'm looking forward to revisiting some elements of what Village had to offer and going back as Rose again.
I kind of hope it does more, because I'm not the biggest Resident Evil fan in the world. I don't mind it. I'm ambiguous towards it. I'll take it or leave it. More of my... So I didn't want to make the Silent Hill comparisons in this instance, but I was more aligned to Silent Hill. So you're talking about the psych horror versus like the jump scary horror sort of stuff. Resident Evil was kind of a cool thing, but wasn't something I really got into. I got more freaked out by Silent Hill, so I always kind of like that. But Resident Evil resonates more for me, Resident Evil, because of the films, or some of the films, mainly the first film, but because that was a big film at the time. Anyway, so I'm ambiguous. I'll take it or leave it. But your enthusiasm for it kind of got me in. Oh yeah, nice. I'm going to watch Baby play through Resident Evil 8, and then it was like, watch Bibby play through. It just kind of needed a bit of something more, and hopefully the DLC just allows them to top it off, because it's not a terrible game. It's just not as good as it seemed like it was gonna be. Yeah,
way too gun heavy. If you like that, there was one element of it as well when you Chris Redfield, and it was literally like playing Doom or Quake or something. It was ridiculous. Like that should never have been part of the campaign, in my opinion. But a lot of people enjoyed that part of it. A lot of people enjoyed.
And I think that's the
Not a Hero DLC for the 7th Resident Evil 7.
The trade-off, though, is like it's the old school Resi versus trying to get in new fan bases and stuff. But I don't feel, does it need new fans? There's enough people that play Resident Evil for it to be sustained, kind of thing. Yeah.
The change of pace from Resident Evil 4. I mean, I always say that it changed the way that we play video games, because I genuinely think it did. The over-the-shoulder camera got adopted by everybody at the time, which obviously ended up spawning games like Gears of War, which obviously was a massive phenomenon, massive franchise, well regarded. And I think that was definitely a way to bring in new audiences, which absolutely worked. Like, I would love the fact that they've gone back to third person with this one is fantastic, or over the shoulder. That's mint. I would have loved them to be able to create the campaign in tank controls, just for the old school. Like, I imagine the pickup of that wouldn't have been anywhere close to what it would have been now. If there was to say, right, we've done a tank controls version of it with the maps, you can go ahead and download it. I bet maybe 20% of the fan base that actually played Resident Evil 8 would have been, do you know what? I will pay £10 for that. I can't imagine many would do, but it's muscle memory to me. I can pick up Resident Evil 1 now and play it like I'd played it 20 years ago, if not more.
It's because you said you're a Resident Evil fan, which Phony Asteroid is. He says, can the game not die like the TV series? Not the top of... Oh, no, actually, no, he's not a fan. Sorry, I misread that. Not the top of my list for games I want to... for what games I want to see. See, same in terms of it's not the top of my list. I definitely don't feel like it should die. I feel like the TV series was right to have died, because that was fucking terrible. But Resident Evil games definitely have a place.
Commercial and critical success Resident Evil games.
Yeah,
None of them have been since 6, the trajectory has been massively up. Like they've done so well to bring back the old player base again. I'm not even talking about 25-year-old player base. I'm genuinely talking like 10 to 12-year-old player base, because there definitely was a massive drop off after 6. But 7, 8, remake 2 and 3.
Yeah, remake 2, phenomenal game in terms of. I mean, was it Mr. X? Yeah, Nemesis is 3. Mr. X can get to fuck. To be fair. Dickhead.
Terrified everyone.
Question is Skyrim or Resident Evil Bibby's biggest love?
Resident Evil. I love Skyrim, got it for everything, but Resident Evil, I think, in terms of video games, was my first love. It was the game that brought me into how the story was cheesy as hell. The lines in the game cheesy as hell, but the way that they told a story within that Spencer mansion with the characters that you got to choose from, I think that was the game that started to tell that. I thought, do you know what, games can tell stories. And then Resident Evil 2 came out and literally changed everything for me. Resident Evil 2 was my favourite game of all time until Remake 2 came out, which now is my favourite game of all time. It's just too
simple, man. Simple, man. That's your favourite game, Resident Evil. Okay, there's no Resident Evil. What's your Resident Evil now?
What can you do to improve a masterpiece? Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Just make it HD. Job's good. Bosh. And don't take out the clock tower. Job's good. Nice.
Well, yeah. Fuck you, Resident Evil 3.
I don't even know what that is. I've never seen the clock tower, but I've heard it many, many times.
Well, go onto Twitch, onto our channel, go into the playlist, and there's a Resident Evil playlist of me playing through Resident Evil 2, 3, and I can't remember what the other one was.
Village?
7 and 8. I think there's playlists of me completing all of those.
I know you've played 8 on stream. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, do you know what? We don't have time left. We have 1.5 minutes left until we need to get rid of this guy, and we have 3 other stories. But we use Bibby's laptop, so we can't really do that. If it's usually we get to the last story and I'll just see it out. So we will.
I can leave this on if you want.
No, we'll wrap things up anyway, because just one of those things. I mean, we are like 50-ish minutes now, I can see down there. 48 minutes, I think. So yeah, we're going to wrap things up there. We only actually covered 2 stories. Nice! Studio stream, yay! The stories that we did cover, Activision wants to patent a unique AI-generated music service for multiplayer games. Basically, when you play the games, the music changes based on how the game is going for you. Sounds kind of cool, sounds kind of weird at the same time, so I need more information on that. And confirmation that on Thursday there will be a Capcom showcase for Resident Evil. That follows an Silent Hill transmission on Wednesday. So there'll be a Silent Hill transmission tomorrow night, a Capcom Resident Evil thing the night after. So if you're into scary games, it's a big old week leading up to Halloween as well. Woo. So I expect lots of news over the next 72 hours-ish on ICU. We will cover these stories over the next few days as well. Sonic Frontiers, a new prologue will shed more light on the game's story this week, so it's fine if we can delay that one, because there's nothing here yet. Just saying that there's a new prologue coming. When it does, we'll tell you about that. Minecraft Legends releases in spring 2023. A new gameplay and a cinematic has been revealed. If no other stories come up that replace it, we'll share that with you tomorrow. And finally, Discord gets official YouTube integration. You ever sat there and thought, you know what, I want to watch some videos with my mates, but I don't want to have to screen share and shit. I just want to watch some YouTubey stuff together. Yeah, me neither. But you can do that now in Discord, apparently. There you go. That's your stories. We give you the recap. If you're in the stream, please do feel free to drop a follow if you haven't done already. We do stream live on Twitch, usually 7 days a week, usually 9-ish, 5, 6, 7, 10 streams a week. There we go. Nice, quick maths. Usually 10 streams a week, not always. So do feel free to drop a follow if you are new here. Also stick around, because we're going to drop a raid on one of our friends. We're wrapping up the stream right now. We're going to help one of our friends with a little bit of a raid. You will get 250 sprinkles for going along with that raid. But before that happens,
yes,
is there anything you want to add?
Yes, again, thank you very much to each and every one of you that have joined us for today's episode of The Scoop. We really appreciate it. But if you want to help shape the 3 remaining shows this week, there is 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It is at Ice Cream Uploads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively...
Shut up, babe.
Or alternatively, find us on our Discord. If you're watching this in any of our on-demand services, go into the description below. All the links that you require will be listed there below. But all we need from you is a URL plus your thoughts and impressions. We will then give you our thoughts and impressions on the very next show, which will be our What Time Tomorrow, Mr. Graham Day.
17! Oh, wait, no, that's just a number. 10 a.m.
Ish.
We will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m.-ish. We work in the video games industry, so the streams fit in around the day job, and sometimes it's a little bit later, like today. But that's it from us. Have yourselves a beautiful weekend. Stick around for the raid. We're not sure we're going to raid yet. We'll figure it out. But until next time.
Stay frosty.
Yeah.